What is going on, guys? Coming back video, and today I'll be sharing my thoughts from last night's Chiefs game. Final score: Chiefs 24, Los Angeles Chargers 17. Obviously, nothing much to say about the Chiefs game. A lot of positives did happen, but there were also a few negatives, and we're going to start with the bad news, or the negative side of things. Once again, Mahomes, in my opinion, did not look right with throwing the ball. He missed a lot of attempts that could have been, could have made that game a little bit more not close, a blowout category. But he missed some throws in the first half. Actually, his first half, that was his worst first half. His worst first half in, I think it's in his entire career. I think he had one game that he struggled with. But he was 8 for 15, 63 yards, and an interception in the first half. That second half was outstanding. Maybe he didn't get 300 yards thrown, but my goodness, he threw for a touchdown. And he threw for nearly 300 yards, about 250, 275, around there, maybe a little bit less. But still outstanding. The defense came to play. That was a monumental win that the Chiefs needed, because if they lose that game, the Raiders are in first place. But with the bye week, if you think about it, the Chiefs and the Raiders, they technically have the same record, because the Raiders had their bye week early, and they're 6-4, but the Chiefs are 7-4. But the Chiefs have this week off, so if the Raiders win against the Jets, so they probably will, then it's a tie for the division. So really, realistically, at the moment, because I would be surprised if the Jets stun the Raiders. But realistically, the Raiders and the Chiefs are tied still at the division, because the Chiefs have their bye week, and the Raiders will probably beat the Jets, so it's still going to be a tie. Anyway, that, for the first time since last year, maybe 2 years ago, where they played the Jets at home, not that bizarre ending to the one in New York, but the one where they had Sam Darnold as quarterback. He threw, 4 interceptions? 4 or 5 interceptions at home? Yeah, for the first time since that game, the Chiefs had 4, or they forced 4 interceptions or more. They could have 5, but we're not going to get on that. Actually, we might as well get on that. Matthew could have had a second pick, and if he would have caught the ball, they wouldn't have given up a touchdown, and it would have been probably 24-9 final. But pretty good job for the Chiefs defense to keep him out of the end zone. I mean, only allowing 1 touchdown and 3 field goals in the red zone. The Chargers, that first drive, my goodness. The first couple drives were just, I'm sure all the Chiefs fans were like, oh, that's the game we're playing. But realistically, that later in that drive, they only hold them 3 points, and they missed a field goal. How many muff punts did they have? How many fumbles did they have that the Chiefs could have recovered? So realistically here, the Chiefs could have got way more than 4 interceptions. They could have got, the 2 muff punts, the fumble in the fourth quarter, that was fumbled. There was also another fumble that they could have had. So that's what, 8 turnovers? You're racking up the fantasy points against the worst one of the worst defenses in the league. But the crazy thing is, the Chiefs, they dropped in the power rankings. Yeah. They dropped in the power rankings for the win. Even if they win, they dropped. The reason why is because they focus mainly on the offensive side of things more than the defense. Actually, it's kind of crazy because CBS Sports said that they dropped 3 rankings, but the actual NFL said they moved up by like 3 or 4. So I don't know if they decreased or not. But I'm just gonna, either way, if they decreased or not. But the reason why they dropped, according to CBS, is probably because the offense wasn't that explosive as everyone anticipated it to be. The defense was making the anticipations to the game, which no one thought that would happen. So that's probably why CBS had them dropping 3 ranks instead of going up by 3 ranks. But the NFL, they have them going up like 2 or 3, something like that. And actually, maybe, listen, it is so crazy these days. CBS, I saw that ESPN had the Chiefs ranked 7 on the power rankings. CBS had the Chiefs ranked 16 on the power rankings, and I've seen NFL with 14 on the power rankings. So I don't know what is right, what is wrong here. It's been crazy all year with these power ranking things. I don't know, but I'm just going to stick with NFL at 14 power rankings, and we're actually going to get into the predictions for the future once again, like every week. What will the playoff look like? As of now, the Patriots will get the 1 seed. The Ravens will get the 2 seed, barely by a game, just a game under the Patriots. So that could actually be a head-to-head game where Baltimore has, and if that's the case, the road will go through Baltimore. The 3 seed to the Chiefs, the 4 seed to the Bills, the 5 seed to the Raiders, and the 6th seed will go to the Texans. Yes, the Texans will go to the 6th seed. Let me just double check on that really quick. But if Baltimore somehow gets that 1 seed back, or that 1 seed, they will become the road to the Super Bowl will run through the city of Baltimore. Now, it's somewhat. We're gonna get into the actual championship and AFC championship games and stuff. Let me just quickly find this thing really fast. But anyway, here it is. Hang on. Maybe it's on. Oh wait, no, I got it. Here we go. Alright, here. Alright. Yes. No, not the Raiders. No, the Colts will get the 4 seed, and the Bills will get the 5 seed, and the Texans will get 6. That is... Yeah, I apologize for the delay there. I was studying this for a minute, seeing if this was right. Anyway, that's the AFC side. The NFC is Niners, of course. The Packers are right on the heels. The Saints are 3. Cowboys are 4. Seahawks 5. Vikings 6. What pretty amazes me is I just don't. I don't know how the Chiefs beat the Ravens. They almost beat the Packers. They almost knocked off 2 seeds. They nearly beat, no, they should have beat, actually. Should have beat the Colts and the Texans. And they beat the Vikings. So they've beaten 3 playoff teams. Oh no, 2 playoff teams in this playoff picture. Well, they've played 5 of these playoff teams. And they are 2-3 against these playoff teams. Well, they're about to play the 3rd in 2 weeks. Or the 6th, whatever. New England. Anyway, what would the future look like? What would the AFC Championship game look like? My predictions are here. I believe, let's see, the winner of the Chiefs and Texans game at the moment should play New England. Yes, New England. At the moment. Because they got home field advantage. Yeah. I believe the Chiefs can beat New England. If they can beat them in the regular season, they can beat them again at their own stadium. And then the winner of that would get Baltimore. And of course the winner of the Colts and Bills game. That might be switched around actually. I'm not really good. I'm not really good with the playoff stuff. I mean, I think it's confusing kind of. Like 3 and 6, like who plays who, but that's just me. But I do think it'll be the Chiefs Ravens in the AFC Championship game in Baltimore at the moment. And then on the other side, I believe it'll be a battle. That's a tough playoff picture. Very tough, actually. My goodness. The Cowboys and the Seahawks. The Seahawks will win that game easily. Then you look at the Saints and the Vikings. Pretty remarkable what the Vikings have been doing, and remarkable what the Saints have been doing with missing their starting QB for about half the season so far. Pretty remarkable. I do think the Saints would pull that one out by far. And then you look at the 1 and 2 seeds, the Niners and the Packers. The Packers will get the Seahawks, and the Saints will go to San Francisco. Once again, that could be flip-flopped. I'm not quite sure on how this works, but it could be either way. But I mean, you're gonna have to be playing one of these 2 teams either way, and they're almost like the same record. So I believe the Packers will beat the Seahawks. Actually, no, the Seahawks will pull off a huge upset because they've got Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett. Russell Wilson's MVP candidate. I don't know. But I believe the Seahawks will get an upset win. And the Saints and the Niners. Whew. Folks, we could be on our hands with a very intense championship weekend. Because it could be either the Chiefs Ravens, Chiefs Patriots, or the Saints and the Niners, or the Saints and the Packers. That's what I'm looking at right at the moment. Or the Saints and the Niners, because they've already, yeah. But it's, and then the winner of, man. I said, well, I messed up the playoff picture completely. I just completely. Okay, let's backtrack this again. The Seahawks, since I had them beating the Packers, they will clinch a spot in the championship game. There we go. Now the Saints, if they beat the Niners, they clinch a spot in the AFC Championship game. There we go. Okay, so back to the Niners and the Saints. You got the Niners, which number 1 defense in the league, I believe. But are we starting to see the signs of declining in the offensive production? They nearly lost the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals nearly lost to them. Nearly. They won in the final 30 seconds of the game by a game-winning touchdown. They also did lose to the Seahawks, though. That's another catch. If I have the Seahawks going to the championship game, and if I have the Niners beating the Saints, that's going to be another rematch. A divisional rematch. Maybe not divisional rematch. Yeah, that's been nothing but confusing. Anyway, Saints, Seahawks, and Chiefs, Ravens. And the Saints will get the home game because they're better seeded. A little better record at the moment. Actually, they're kind of both tied, aren't they? Maybe so. They might be both. I don't know how that works. They really got the same record or what? Because I don't think they've played each other. Anyway, Chiefs, Ravens, Saints, Seahawks. Oh, Saints, Niners. But it's gonna be wacky. It will be wacky. And if the Chiefs can beat the Ravens once, they can do it again. But at the moment, I'm not quite sure on that. That wraps up this video. 24-17 final. The Chiefs got a bye week next week, so I won't be seeing you guys until around 7:20 or about 6 o'clock in 2 weeks from now, or actually less than 2 weeks, because that once again that Raiders game and Chiefs game had been flexed, not really flexed, but they've switched it to 3:25 kickoff, so we get to hear the best commentators in football, Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, on the call. That'd be interesting. That could be deciding the division, folks. So that'd be huge. Signing off. 24-17, Chiefs win. See you in 2 weeks.